Why then do we need international language for medium of instruction? If we are so focused on mother tongue instruction in the early age, and if we can motivate people to come up with teaching learning materials in the different regional languages or the mother tongue, why do we need an international language? Two questions need to be addressed. One is, can mother tongue educated students compete in the global market? A student who's educated in Punjabi or Sindhi or Balochi or Pashto or whatever regional mother tongue language, is he or she able to compete in the global market today, especially with the virtual world, with the internet, with the world shrinking to a global village? Are these students ready to compete? Can they compete? Have we made them that experienced, and is the expertise such that they can compete at par in the global international market? Now we can see lots of countries having worked with their national languages. Chinese, for example, Japanese, for example, Spanish, for example. They've worked with their own languages, one language. And yes, those students can compete. But when we look at mother tongue, these are myriads of languages. Who is going to understand this particular language from Pakistan in other parts of the world? Will our students stand at par? Will they be able to compete? That's a question that we need to answer. And today, as English is an international language, our students need that. But they don't need it in preschool. They need it later on. We will have to develop the English language skills of our students side by side with whatever mother tongue instruction they need, depending on the mother tongue of the child that comes to our schools and to our classrooms. So English is indispensable. They will need it, and we will have to work providing them with that language in such a way that they have the expertise to read, write, have a conversation, understand, and think in that language. Unfortunately, what a lot of our students do is, in their mind, they are thinking Urdu, and then they're trying to write in English. And that messes things up. So we will have to keep the international language separate from the other language, whether it is the mother tongue or the national language. The second question is, can mother tongue education be equivalent to international language education? We see that after school and college, when our students go abroad, they need to sit for these standardized tests. SATs, GREs, TOEFL, IELTS, and so on. Do we have standardized tests in our regional languages, in our various mother tongues? If the child has to sit for a standardized test in English, education only in the mother tongue is not going to help the child succeed. The child will need to be very good in the international language. Today it is English, and will have to sit and clear those tests to seek admissions in good prestigious colleges and universities abroad around the world. Initially, 20, 30 years ago, it was the USA and UK. Today, Australia and Europe and Canada are also opening up, all focusing on English as the medium of instruction in higher education. And therefore, our students will need to be competent users of the English language if they are to be successful in their future endeavors. With a view to promoting a child-friendly environment in schools, early childhood education must ensure the children's rights to learn in their own mother tongue. Children's mother tongue should be employed as the medium of instruction, something I've said from the beginning of this talk today. The early years education should be in the mother tongue because that is what the child is familiar with. Once the children learn and understand love for learning, once they feel successful, once their self-esteem and self-ego rises because they are successful, they will learn Urdu, they will learn English, and they will do well in it. But when suddenly we throw them in the preschool and we expose them to English and Urdu languages they are not familiar with, they have a tough time, they struggle, the self-esteem drops, and success rates do not rise. If that is what we want, we will have to build the love for learning in our children through mother tongue instruction in the early years at least.